Alright, it is time to rank another soundtrack, and this week I'm going to be doing Beavis and Butt-Head on the Sega Genesis. As usual, I'm just doing the stage themes, and some of these stages have multiple songs depending on what part of the level you're in. There were some that I kind of debated on, like the fishing segment, because it's kind of like a mini game that takes place in your, home base, for lack of a better term. Not really like a proper stage that you go through in the select screen, but I did decide to include it, same as the Gwar song, Jack the World, because it plays during the end, but you do interact with, you have control over the characters when you get to that part of the game, so I did include that one as well. All in all, there are 16 songs to rank. Many of them are short loops, so there's not a lot to talk about in a lot of them, but I do think that they're worth talking about, and it's a pretty cool sounding soundtrack, even if many of the songs don't have a lot going on in it. Also, there may be some confusion regarding the titles, because there is the sound test option that has some of the songs incorrectly labeled, so I'm just gonna label them as the locations that you find them. I'll preface this like I normally do, saying that this list is just strictly my opinion, not to be taken seriously, it's subjective. Feel free to leave your comments on your opinions, what you agree with, disagree with. I encourage discussion and debate. Anyway, no further ado, let's get on with the list. Number 16, Recruiter's Office. The loop is short, and there's nothing really happening here, even taking into account the fact that there's a lot of short loops in the soundtrack. The rhythm section is a steady little groove, but the lead alternates between a 2-note organ riff and some unpleasant sounding, I don't even know what to call it, noise that vaguely resembles a melody. Number 15, The Street. It's a pretty cool beat, but I'm not a fan of that lead synth, or maybe that's supposed to be a guitar. If that's the case, it's the tinniest sounding guitar I've ever heard, simulated or not. Number 14, Dumpster. Pretty cool riff, but it's repetitive as hell. The song only plays in this short little segment by the dumpster behind Burger World, so there's no need to hear a fully fleshed out song, but I can't put it any higher than 14 because of that. Number 13, We Be Cars. Another simple, short, repetitive loop, but the tone is better than The Street, and the riff doesn't get as irritating as the dumpsters after being played back too many times. You only hear it in this one room, so you won't have to worry about getting tired of it. Number 12, Drive-In. The lead is what it is, it's whatever. But that funky bass lick and the in-the-pocket drums with that snappy hi-hat make this one of the better short loops. Number 11, Fishing. The bass and lead guitar match step for step, and the riff repeats, but there's a nice little pad synth that comes into the background after 4 measures. There's also a breakdown that sounds like an inside-out version of the main verse, so it's not a significant change, but it works. Number 10, Science Lab. Just a simple 2-note riff that plays, but it sounds cool, and it works really well with the beat. In fact, the rhythm section gets to shine with its own little section at the end of the loop. Good stuff. Number 9, Hospital Chase. The tempo is perfect for the whole chase sequence. I love the guitar chugging and the sounds of that snare, but the lead riff in the end section is thin and tinny as hell. And what the hell is that buzzing sound that drops in there every once in a while? Number 8, Yogurt. Another short loop, but it's a cool tropical vibe with the steel drums, so it's definitely a distinct tune that sounds different from the rest of the soundtrack. There's also some slight variations with the pattern, so it's not the same thing in every single measure. Number 7, Highland High School. It's short but sweet. Pretty solid riff that could have definitely used more sections. It would have been a strong contender if it did, but it works well enough for what it is. Number 6, Jack the World. This is a pretty cool rendition of the Gwar song, and it's a good choice for an up-tempo victory tune at the end of the game. It's got a few sections too, the riffs repeat in each of them, but the sections are distinct enough. I'm not a fan of the tinny guitar sound, but it does have good drumming, particularly in the breakdown. Number 5, Turbo Mall 2000 Outside. This one's kind of odd. It has a few measures with a groovy rhythm section, and then it all shuts up at the same time when the guitar rings out. It does this twice, so you think you're gonna keep getting these false endings, but when that wavering guitar comes back in after that, the beat continues. It's not the craziest example of subverting expectations, but on a soundtrack full of pretty straightforward rock songs for the most part, it's pretty cool that you get a little dose of it here. Number 4, Turbo Mall 2000 Inside. I don't know what's with that scraping going on in the percussion. I want to say it's supposed to be a clav or some shit, but the organ is awesome, even if it sounds like it's playing the same riff over and over again, which it actually isn't. There's a couple very slight variations. It's just a cool tune, and the accompaniment all blends together perfectly with it. To top it all off, there's a nice bridge section to give it some variety. Number 3, Burger World Outside. This is yet another awesome organ-led song. There's more variety in the riffs than in Turbo Mall though, but much like that tune, the bass is funky as hell and blends in perfectly with the rest of the instrumentation. Number 2, Sewers. I know I complained about the tinny guitar sound in some of the earlier entries, but I'm willing to give it a pass here because it suits the sound of the other instruments better. It's got a bit of an industrial metal sound to it, and I find that the drums and bass actually are the strong point of the tune. And number 1, Hospital. This also plays during the boss battle with Mr. Anderson, and it really works as a boss battle song, and not quite so much for what should be a safe spot like the hospital. And including the chase sequence, both songs are up-tempo and heavy. Either way, the song rocks huge hard ass. The way all the instruments are syncopated in the intro just gives it that little extra bit of intensity before the main verse kicks in. And it's not like the intensity drops off at this point, it's just a fucking wrecking ball all the way through. So that's it for this list. Here is a quick recap. Number 16, Recruiter's Office. Number 15, The Street. Number 14, The Dumpster. Number 13, We Be Cars. Number 12, Drive-In. Number 11, Fishing. Number 10, Science Lab. Number 9, Hospital Chase. Number 8, Yogurt. Number 7, Highland High School. Number 6, Jack the World. Number 5, Turbo Mall 2000 Outside. Number 4, Turbo Mall 2000 Inside. Number 3, Burger World Outside. Number 2, Sewers. And number 1, Hospital. So that's it for the list. What did you think of it? What do you agree with, disagree with? Feel free to leave your comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Come on, Beavis.